Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be filming a video on how to grow your Instagram platform. So I'm not a massive Instagram influencer yet. I have 15.9 thousand followers, but I have grown 11,000 followers in the past year. So in saying that, I'm just going to put together a little video of the tips and tricks that I find work, and I've got some questions that you've asked me as well. I'm just going to answer them. I'll try to make it quick, simple and easy to understand, because I know some people might understand what I'm talking about and some people won't, so I'll try to break it down as much as I can. But these are just tips and tricks that have worked for me, and some I've seen along the way that I might have tried yet, but I've heard good things about. So I'm just gonna get straight into it. Get yourself a cup of tea, sit down and start taking notes, girls, and let's do this.
Can't stop, won't stop, get guap. 10 white toes and them Tory flip-flops. Manicures and pedicures, I'm always tip-top. When they say I'm not hot, all these lies need to stop.
Okay, so first of all, starting up an Instagram page isn't going to be an overnighter. Like, I just want to let people know it's not that you can just wake up, decide, yeah, I'm going to be a blogger now, I'm going to get free shit and I'm going to get paid to sit at home and take photos. Like, that doesn't happen. I'm doing it a year and I still have to go to work. It's nice to get paid collaborations. I do get some. Not all my collaborations are paid, so don't just think because you are going to be able to sit at home because you decided one day that it's going to happen. It's not. It's a lot of work. There's a lot of dedication into it. There's lots of times where you just want to scream and roar because your followers aren't going up or your photo you spent hours taking isn't doing well. All of that comes with it. So if you're wondering how you can get Instagram, like how to blow it up fast, this video is not for you. This video is for someone who is actually willing to put in the work, willing to put in the time, the commitment, the dedication, and isn't going to give up on themselves and kind of just throw a little tantrum when they don't get it all straight away. Trust me, if you work hard enough and if you actually do it right, it'll all come, it'll all fall into place. And I definitely, at the start, I was like, this isn't working. Like, my friends are getting more collaborations than me. This person's doing better, blah, blah, blah. This person's growing faster than me, but none of that matters because you're not against each other. It's all, you can all work together. You can all collaborate. There isn't a brand so only want one person. So never let that get to you. But that's just how I'm going to start it off, because I know how easy it is to be like, there's another girl and she lives near me and she's after growing, like, how come I can't grow? Just the comparison is the killer of joy. So in saying that, let's move on. So firstly, what I suppose the most important thing to do if you are starting off your blog / Instagram page is to find your niche. There is too many people out there that are trying to become a blogger and that they're trying to talk about way too many different things. Pick one or two and stick with it. So for myself, I'm a beauty and fashion blogger. I'm not a makeup artist or anything like that, but I do post a lot of my beauty, skincare and makeup routines and like products that I use. So in saying that, I'm a beauty and fashion influencer. I mainly think that I do fashion, but like I said, because I'm posting outfit pictures and still makeup selfies, I need to kind of have the two of those like genres together. It would be very annoying for my followers if I woke up tomorrow and said that now I want to be a like cooking, a cooking page and a cleaning page as well as fashion and beauty, and my grid started becoming consumed. Instead of it just being the outfit photos and the makeup selfies that it is currently, then it started being like meals, how to make a meal in 5 minutes and how to clean your house properly. I'm not saying you can't talk in your stories about these things. I've definitely posted recipes in my stories and I've definitely posted the food I'm eating, or even like a cleaning product that worked for me for something, but that's just more of me showing my personality through it and not me saying, okay, that's it. Every Wednesday I'm going to be doing cooking, because cooking just doesn't suit me. It doesn't suit my blog. So be smart, pick like one or two niches. Usually it's one niche. Usually if someone's a fashion blogger, they're a fashion blogger. But a lot of the time fashion and beauty kind of go hand in hand. I wouldn't say I'm a makeup blogger because I'm not sitting there doing like these mad makeup looks. But I would still say the beauty, because obviously the makeup that goes with it. Don't be afraid, like I said, to talk about other things. I don't only talk about fashion and beauty on my stories. Like I said, I definitely do to come on and talk about food and work and my relationship and boy drama, but that's not the niche that I'm posting to my grid. So the grid is your niche. That is your niche. Your stories are kind of just you showing off your personality. Anyways, so find what suits you, and make sure that you're not just saying you're going to do it because you think that a beauty blogger is going to get loads of free stuff and that's the easy way. There is so much competition out there, girl. If it's something that you want to do and you like, do it. If you're just doing it for the sake of it, pick something else that you actually enjoy doing. It doesn't matter what it is, because the right audience will find you as long as you're enjoying what you're doing. It's so clear when someone's doing something that they don't like. Okay, moving on after this then as well. I suppose working out what way you want your feed to look, it's really, really, really important to take a good photo. I do see a lot of the time when people actually have a really nice outfit or a really nice makeup look and they just haven't used the correct like photo skills for it. So I suppose what I mean there is have a bright light. If you haven't got a ring, like I've got a ring light here, it's like that. I got it on Amazon. It was €80. It's a bit expensive, but I didn't start off with this one. I started off with a small little one just so I could get like lighting in my photos, and I just would keep it really close to my face taking selfies. You do need good lighting if you're going to be taking photos and it's going to be dark and you're going to like make them all grim and they're not going to be like really bright and high contrast. There's just no point at all. Get some editing apps then as well for your photos. I'm not saying to like make yourself look skinny or like blur out your face. I just mean like there's Lightroom things that you can get. I don't use Lightroom, but sometimes I use an app called Colourtone. I saw Molly May uses that, and I do use Facetune. So what I do then on Facetune is I've got a wall here and it's actually cream. So when I'm taking a makeup look, I'll go onto Facetune and get the teeth whitening tool, and I actually whiten the wall in the background. What this does is it actually makes me stand out and makes the background look really, really clean. So just little tips like that actually go a long way, like small little things that will just make your picture look so much better. If someone's scrolling on the feed and they see a makeup look that's in a dark room with like a yellow light bulb and it's just not that great and you can't see anything, they're not even going to look at it for that long. Whereas if they do stop and maybe see my photo or another makeup artist photo or someone's who has got like a white background, very clean background and very like flash on for the photo, and you can see the work on their face, that's going to be something that will sit with them and they might look at that for a few more seconds. So that's definitely my tip, is to use good lighting. Make sure all your photos are something that you're proud to post. Don't post something because you're like, oh, I didn't post in 2 days, I have to post something, and then just post something ridiculous that doesn't match your feed, doesn't match what you want to do, and isn't that good of a photo. Just don't do it. Just don't do that. Just put time and work into your photos. A lot of the time people ask me as well, like that they haven't, like, how do I find time to make content? So I actually work Monday to Friday, 10 o'clock till 6 o'clock. So I'm up in the morning, I go straight to work. When I come home, I'm having my dinner. I don't do any content from Monday to Friday. I might come on my stories and have a little bit of a chat in the evenings. I don't sit and do my makeup and get out and take photos those days. Saturday is the day where I get up and I do my content, and Sunday is my relaxation day. So today is Saturday, it's now 1 o'clock. I've gotten up, I've done a skincare routine on my story. I'm coming on now filming this, and then I'm going to go outside and do some outfit photos. I'm going to take like 4 or 5 of them. So I have them for the week ahead. I've got 2 makeup posts already, and then I'm going to be doing a makeup post later on this evening. So that's what my day is going to be for Saturday. It's busy. You're going to want your Saturdays, but for the girls, if you are going to want to now, we're in lockdown right now, so use up your Saturdays while we have it. But when obviously we can socialise again, use your Sunday. If you can't do all of them, do some of them. I do a full week, so I do need to take like 6, 7, 8 like different kind of posts. But if you only want to post 3 times a week, that's fine. So yeah, just set yourself time, and it's going to take time. Like I said, it's not just a quick little snap, it's learning how to pose and things like that. Another thing I suppose is learning how to pose. When I first started, I was doing all like the Facebook poses from back in the day, like hand on the hips, smiling. It doesn't really work on Instagram anymore. If you want to show off your outfit as best as possible, honestly, go on to like Pretty Little Things page, go on to Boohoo's page, like go into their tag section if you want and look at how people pose. Type in fashion into it, or look up one of your favourite fashion bloggers like Charlene Murphy or Blah Murphy or someone like that you want to look at, and just see how they pose. Like a lot of the time they're not even like standing full outfit, it could be like a walking picture. Get inspiration, do Pinterest boards, save the photos on Instagram that you like. When you're there and you're ready to take your photo and you're just standing like this, you're like, no, I need inspiration, but you can't think on the spot, go back to your saved photos, see some of the poses that they've done. So sometimes they're kneeling on the floor, sometimes it's like over the shoulder like bag, sometimes it's hand, I am the queen of hand on the head. But it's just kind of so that your feed isn't always just you standing, because you standing is boring. Anyways, so they are some tips just on your posts, your pictures. Loads of people do have a theme for their photos. So I know some people, when you scroll through their feed, it's really aesthetically pleasing. I don't really stick to an aesthetic. I do try to have a lot of my skin color in the photo. I feel like when I have like the white backgrounds and my skin color, they all kind of look the same then as well. So my feed kind of looks kind of like these two colors, like orange and blonde, because I do have a lot of like my hair in some of the photos and stuff like that, that it kind of just balances it out. So just little things like that. It doesn't always have to be like a white wall, but sometimes it's nice to even have like selfie, long length photo. Just kind of follow a little bit of a rhythm. It doesn't matter if you break the rhythm, because that feed is not going to be the feed people are looking at in a week's time when you've got new pictures posted. Don't get bogged down in that. I would recommend as well not to use any of those white borders around the photos. They don't look good. Instagram has a feature where you can minimize it. If you take a photo and it doesn't work, start taking your photos in square mode instead. You just need to learn how to get the photos so that when you're on your feed, there is none of those white borders. They just look really unprofessional, and they just look like what people kind of used to take back when they were trying to get all their friends into the photo, or their shoes and their hair. Like, just don't do that. Like I said, look at your favourite bloggers' feeds. If I'm one of your favourite bloggers, go onto my feed. You won't find one of those like whiteogram or whatever it is. You won't find that on my feed. Check out Sophie Murray's page, check out Charlie Murphy's, check out Miriam Mullins, check out Lucy Fitz, anyone you want, just check them out. They don't have those on their feed, so don't put them on yours. Then, God, I'm talking so much. Jesus. Sorry, I'll give you a little breather. I really hope I'm not talking too fast. I don't want this video to be too long. We're already on 11 minutes. Okay. So, I just told you how I take my photos, as well as I have a clicker. One sec. Ugh. Okay, this is your lifesaver. So I used to get my boyfriend Jamie to take all of my photos, and he just wasn't doing it right. He was just standing there like this, like a fucking man. And it just wasn't working. So I bought my ring light. My ring light holds my phone. It's holding my phone right now. And I bought this clicker. I see Mallarina was talking about it, and it's a Bluetooth clicker. So you connect it to your phone with Bluetooth, and when you click the buttons, it takes the photos. So I'd be out on my balcony just posing, and it's actually so much nicer to pose yourself whatever way you want. And even if you think you might look stupid, you mightn't have done that pose if someone else is holding the camera. But because you're like essentially like holding the camera, because something else is holding the camera and you're pressing the buttons, you actually get that little bit more confidence. These are like €2 on Amazon. They're called like selfie clickers. Get one, it'll save your life. If you haven't got a ring light, pop it up on your window, take some photos, and it'll change your life. So, oh God, where am I going with this? Okay, so let me think. Oh, my brain. Okay, we know how to take photos. Your niche. Oh yeah, people. So what I use as well to get noticed. Okay, I'm gonna kind of answer some of the questions while I'm giving tips. So I might just kind of go back and forth. So one of the questions is how to become an affiliate for a brand. Okay, so like I said, when you start off, you are not going to get brand deals straight away unless you're absolutely amazing and you've just one of the best makeup artists they've ever seen, because they want to see that you can keep it up. They want to see you build like a rapport with your audience and your following, but your following does not matter. I don't even, like, they want you to create content so that they can repost that content on their feed and it look good with their feed and it looks like a customer has genuinely created this really good look. They actually don't care if you've got, like, obviously loads of brands are like, yeah, she's got 100,000, let's just throw her out some. But a lot of the time they just like how your feed looks. Like Pretty Little Thing got in contact with me back when I was just on 10k and they did a collaboration with me. I know 10k is still a lot, I'm not saying it isn't, but I've seen them work with people who have like 2k or like 7k or like something smaller like that. I'm not saying that that's small for anyone who's watching with a lower following. I'm just saying they're not always looking for people with 20,000 followers. So to become an affiliate for things, there's 2 different types. So there are 3 different kind of ways you can connect to a brand. One is by being an ambassador. So this is probably the hardest thing to become for a brand, is to be an ambassador. An ambassador is usually paid each month to create content for a certain brand. So Boohoo have an ambassador program. It's called Queens on Campus. A few of my friends are in that program. I wasn't in college at the time, so I couldn't even try to get into that program. It's for college students, but what they do is then they get gifted every month a certain amount of like Boohoo money to spend on items. So that would be an ambassadorship. Then I know some brands like Be Perfect and loads of brands have it where they pay their bloggers a monthly rate then to post content. So that would be a hard one to do. They need to know that you're going to be one of the best people to promote it, and they're going to want people who live and breathe those products. Don't chase these ones. It might be really hard to get them. Being an affiliate then, on the other hand, is a little bit easier. So again, ambassador, like I would be an ambassador for Sarah J Gym Gear. So Sarah, I would earn commission with Sarah's codes, and I also get gifted free gym sets. And then in return, I create content in my leggings and in my gym sets and in my clothing for Sarah J as well. So that's what an ambassadorship would be. Then being an affiliate, 2 different types. So you can join an affiliate program. There is Reward Style and there is Awin. They're the 2 that I use. And on Awin you can request to join certain brands. Like you can request to join Pretty Little Thing, Boohoo, Nasty Gal, anything like that. On that then, if they accept you, all it means is that you can go on to Pretty Little Thing, you can copy a link and you can paste it into Awin, and that will give you a commissionable earning link, so that when you post that in your story and be like, swipe up for my link, you're going to make like a small commission off that. So that's Awin. Awin is a complicated one, but Pretty Little Thing is the only one that works for Awin. So then you've got Reward Style, and Reward Style is much easier. So Reward Style, when you go on, you search the brand, you don't have to join them. You're all automatically, when you're accepted by Reward Style, you're automatically accepted to these brands. So on Reward Style, you look up a certain brand like Boohoo, it'll actually bring you to the Boohoo website, and there's a little ninja where you can click the ninja to convert a link. I know that sounds really complicated, but that's how those 2 platforms work. Awin has a €5 registration fee to join the site. Reward Style is completely free. You can get declined from both sites. You 100% can. Usually they want you to have 10,000 followers. The reason is it's really hard for them to make commission off you unless you're using swipe up links. You need to be on 10k following for swipe up links. Don't get disheartened by that. I was on Awin before I had 10k. I just wasn't making any money because nobody was clicking the link in my bio to go into Boohoo to shop. It wasn't working. So that's how you make affiliate link sales. Then to be an affiliate for a company, like directly, if that makes sense, so without a third party connecting you like Reward Style or Awin, you can just literally join these programs. So it's not a fact that like they're looking, like loads of times they are obviously going around, they're like, hi, do you want to be an affiliate? But a lot of the time it's you just applying. So Sumi had an opening to be an affiliate on her Instagram page, and it was just like, apply down here and we'll accept you in a few days if you get accepted. So I just went on to Sumi's website. There was like, become an affiliate, clicked into it, you left your Instagram handle within a few days, they got back to me to say I was accepted. So you know, it's not that difficult. You just need to stop sitting down and thinking that they're going to come into your DMs and be like, want to be an affiliate. It's not. Like, a lot of the time you're actually reaching out to these brands. Be Perfect, then as well, you can join their affiliate program. They'll accept or decline you. Cash Beauty, I think, was opened as well the other day to be joining. They did ask me to join their program because I had created a look and they reposted it, but that doesn't mean that they only just ask people. You can apply to these programs. So don't just sit down and think that it's all going to happen for you. You got to go out and grind. You got to go out and get these things yourself. But they are the 3 ways. That's one way to be an ambassador, and they're the 2 ways to be an affiliate. Even if a brand asks you to be an affiliate, that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to send you free products. It just means that you can promote their stuff. And you can earn a commission from promoting their stuff. Some places do send you out free products, other places don't. So Sumi has never sent me out anything at all to get started. Whereas Cash, when I originally started with Cash Beauty, I did get a palette and some eyeshadow toppers. I already had a full collection of hers anyway. So I'm just creating the looks and then I can repost the links to the items and earn a commission off the sales. Whew. Anyways, then the next question is how to get noticed by brands, even if you tag them in every post. So, okay, it's really hard to get noticed by brands, especially if they're big brands like Pretty Little Thing and Boohoo. I find it's much easier to get noticed by makeup and skincare brands. So when I'm doing my makeup, and especially like Irish ones as well, I find Essence and things like that, like Flamar and things like that, are really good. Like if you tag them, they probably will reply, and like even if they're just liking your message, you kind of know that they're seeing your thing, or they'll like your posts if you tag them and stuff like that. Whereas if I was to tag Mac, I don't think Mac would like my photo. So it's all about going wherever you want to go, but usually sticking to Irish brands or even just UK brands will help you in your like battle to getting noticed by them. For the likes of Pretty Little Thing and Boohoo, like Pretty Little Thing has never found me. Like companies that work for them have found me and then given me like gifted collaborations. So there's loads of different kind of like marketing companies in Ireland. So if you start following loads of them, there's like the collaboration agency, Bureau PR, there's just loads of these different ones available. So if you follow them, and even if you see your favorite blogger posting like a Pretty Little Thing haul and they tag somebody else, normally the person that they're tagging is the person who's in charge of the collaborations. So if you go on and see your favorite blogger literally posting Pretty Little Thing and another name, click that name and follow that name. That person is going to be in charge of the PR. If you follow them, they might see your profile. That's just a little top tip on how to get noticed. As well as that, use the brand's hashtag. So Pretty Little Thing has Pretty Little Things, and then everybody in PLT, and then they also follow other hashtags. So go on to your favorite brand that you want to post a picture of, go into who they follow, and then you can say, see following hashtags. Click that, you can see a list of the hashtags that they follow. Use those hashtags in your post. They will probably see it because it will come up on their feed because they are following the hashtag. You're welcome. But again, stick to Irish brands as well if you want to be noticed by small companies first, and then obviously as you grow, it might be easier to get noticed by the bigger ones. Just a word of advice. And again, remember, if you're posting a photo and you want the brand to repost it, make it a good photo. Clear background, white wall, literally a white wall is usually the best because they mainly like go to their feed and see what they usually post, what way their people take their photos, and have good lighting. That is the tip. So next, how do you decide on the niche? And if you can't decide, going back to the niche thing, you need to decide on a niche. Like if you can't decide a niche, think of what do you like to do? Like what do you want to sit down and do a few hours a week? Do you want to be cooking, or do you want to be explaining how to be a mom? Do you want to be like a cleaning person, or is makeup the more thing that you're more interested in? That's your niche. You could pick one or two. You just can't have all of those things on your blog. Even lifestyle people don't have like everything like that. It's just too much. Look, do it if you want. I'm just telling you, I lose interest in bloggers when I see that they're trying too many things. If I see somebody is trying one thing, then doing another, then they're doing another, then they're doing another, and then I'm just like, do you know what? I don't even know why I'm following you. I have no idea what you stand for anymore, and I don't know how to relate to you now because I feel like you're trying to relate to me on too many things. They're trying to like relate to too many people. It just doesn't work, and you'll end up losing your followers because they just won't be interested. They don't want to watch your story because it doesn't relate to them. So just figure out what it is you like, and then that's what you got to do. Okay, so next question, should I follow back all my followers? No, absolutely not. That would be an absolute headache and your newsfeed would be chronic. Only follow people you're my voice just broke. Only follow people you're interested in on Instagram. Don't follow people just because you feel like you have to give a follow back. And I notice this a lot of times, like people on Instagram literally text you and they're like, I followed you, can you follow me back? No, like unfollow me if you want. Like I'm not giving a follow just because you asked for it. I'm not saying that I only follow certain people, like I follow thousands of people, but I'm just saying, like, don't feel like you ever have to follow somebody back. Follow who you want on your Instagram. That's your feed that you're looking at. You don't feel like you have to follow people back. If they followed you, they're just interested in your content. It doesn't mean that they're looking for you to follow them back. So should I use as much hashtags as possible? I have found since I've been using hashtags that my reach is much better. I use a hashtag generating app on my phone. It's called Hashtag Expert. It's a little pink app with a white hashtag, and I just skip, it says like payment in it, and I just skip that. That'll generate hashtags for me and it'll give them a rating A, B, C, D. Usually the ratings are D or C. When I type in fashion, it'll give me like 30 fashion related hashtags. When I use the hashtag blogger, I actually get better hashtags. And then when I use makeup, I get better once again. So makeup usually gives me a B rating, blogger gives me a C, and fashion gives me a D. It doesn't really mean anything. It just means that some of them could get me like 10,000 views, and some of them could get me 2,000. Another thing as well is if you are starting off, switch your account to a business account. Switch from personal to business and then set it up as either a creator account or a company or whatever, or just put it for like just for fun or blogger. Change it to that because you need your insights. And if brand ever does reach out to you, they want to see your insights. What insights are is they are, I suppose, underneath your photo. Like when you have your photo, you can swipe up and you can see where your followers, like what a percentage of people saw your post, what percentage of people saw your post from like the news feed, what percentage, like how many people saw your post from hashtags, you know, if your hashtags are good or not, and things like that. So that's a good thing to do. Another thing you really need your insights for, so again, make sure you're on business because you'll need your insights, is your insights are amazing. So on your phone, you go into your Instagram app and you just literally click insights. It's on your home screen, it's right there. Click into that and go into your followers. If you scroll down to the bottom, there will be a list of what time your followers, what days and what times they're more likely to be active. So just say today is Saturday, you go on to Saturday, mine will actually say at 6 o'clock tonight is when my followers are peaked there. So I know to post at 5:30 tonight. The reason you don't post at 6 is because everybody is going to be on at that time. So don't you know everybody's going to be posting at that time? So post at 5:30 so when they come on and they have a little scroll first, they're going to see your photo. Or post an hour before if you want. I just do a half an hour. I just think that works for me. I feel like my photo just gets lost a lot as well. And promote this photo. So what I do with my photos then is I will post it on my feed. Post it on my feed. I put my caption, skip a few lines, put my hashtags. You can use up to 30 hashtags. I know some people won't use them. I use them. I love them. I'm good at hashtags. Never use the same hashtags on a different photo. That's why I use an app, because I get different hashtags each time. If you continuously use the same hashtags, Instagram will just block the hashtags because it'll come up as spam. So just don't do that. Use different ones every single time. And if you can't get the app, just go on to Google and just do a hashtag generator there. There's loads. Anyways, so your insights will tell you, is that what I was saying? Your insights will tell you what time people are most active. Oh, sorry, promoting the photo. So yeah, you're going to post that photo to your grid. I give it about 10 minutes and then I will reshare that photo to my story with like an emoji or something covering it. I know people hate that, but people actually do click into your photo just to see it, like, so that actually works. And then when people are commenting, reply back with 4+ words. I didn't actually know to do 4+ words. I saw it in Chloe Coyce's video. So Chloe Coyce is another Limerick blogger and she put up a thing about tips and tricks. I did know a lot of them, but I actually didn't know about the 4+ words. So apparently Instagram thinks that you're actually having a genuine conversation with somebody if you're having 4+ words in the comments, and it's not just like emoji eyes and like thanks. So if someone comments be like, oh, this is nice, just like, oh my god, thank you so much, because that would be your 4, oh my god, thank you so much, would be more than 4 words as well. So keep it up to the 4 words and Instagram will just always think you're having a conversation, and try to reply to as much comments as you can within the first like half an hour. Like just stay on that post and just keep on replying. Like if you post, that's your time to post, that's your time to be replying to people. So make sure that that's what you're doing. You're replying to every single comment. And look, people are after going out of their way to comment on your thing. Comment back because they'll keep on commenting. So another tip that I actually love to use is when I'm about to post, I actually go, so I post my photo and then straight away, like I said, because I wait 10 minutes to repost my story, so I post the photo, straight away I go back to an old photo, like the last photo I posted, and all the comments that were there, even though I've replied to all those comments, I haven't liked those comments, so I will go and like all those comments now, so then people are like more drawn to come back to my profile. It's a little bit of a sneaky one, but it works really well. So when you are replying to comments, don't like them, because you're going to need to like those comments the next time you post. People will see your like, and sometimes they just click your name and they'll go back and they'll see the new post, they'll like and comment again. It's just a good way to boost up your engagement. I know lots of people are suffering with engagement at the moment, so this is just something I found has been working. Don't do it all the time, but I do it a lot of the time, and when I do it, I find that it really works. Another thing to do then so after then, an hour after you've posted, I will normally reshare my photo again. Usually I'll have something in between my two stories. So there would have been the story with the emoji covering it. Sometimes I'll post something else in between, like maybe my dinner or maybe whatever I'm watching on TV, or a Netflix recommendation. And then I'll reshare my story, my post again. But the background of the post will be multiple pictures of what the post is. So I press share, and then you can, like, I suppose where you're adding like emojis, you can like click photo, and you can just add the photo 4 times and just put them in a little square and make sure your post is like at the front. So then it just looks like a cute little photo. You can do whatever you want, like, but just post the actual photo this time. Don't cover it with emojis or anything like that. And then more people will then see it. People that would have seen it with the thing over it and were like, eh, and then they'll come back and be like, oh yeah, that, you know, they might click into it. So it's just making sure they're kind of catching people at all angles to see your post, because you want as many people as possible to see your posts. So next question, is it worth paying for collaborations? No, I actually text this girl and be like, girl, can you explain what you mean? Like, did a brand ask you to pay? Girls and boys, anyone who's watching. So there are multiple scams out there, multiple, and they're the most disheartening thing ever, because when I was starting off being a blogger and I used to get these things, be like, hi, we want to collab with you, please DM us, all these comments. And then when you DM them, they'd be like, yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to give you 50% off and blah, 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 or we just want you to pay for the shipping. No, that's not a collaboration. If you haven't heard of the brand before and they haven't got that many followers and all their pictures look like Google stock image photos, they're not real. They're not real. Any single brand ever that wants you to pay for the products or wants you to pay for even the shipping, they're not real. A collaboration is when a brand gives you a product as a gift and you post about it and they haven't given you any money, or when they actually pay you to do it and then it's a paid collaboration. In no way whatsoever should you ever pay for the shipping, because what that is 9 times out of 10, it's the shipping is going to be 15-16 euro, and it's for jewellery that's from AliExpress, and it's not worth shit. So don't do it. I'm so sorry, because I know that that's so disheartening, but it's the honest truth of it, and so many people actually fall for this. And I see so many people being like, yeah, I'm a brand ambassador for this company, and I just know that that company is just not real. These are just massive scams. So this girl then in particular got asked to pay a brand a monthly fee so that then they'd send her out 2 collaborations each month. Like, no, that's not for collaboration. There are companies out there that are your managements and they can take like a fee for your collaborations, but that's totally different. You're not actually paying them, it's just that the brand is paying them, they're taking out a fee and then they're paying you. So just letting you know that that's not, you do not pay for your collaborations, honey. They meant to pay you. So if you do get any of those DMs being like, hi, we'd love to work with you, please DM this person, or hi, do you want to do a collaboration? If you haven't seen that brand before and if they haven't got real followers, honey, they ain't real. Don't even waste your time, just block. So next thing is things to post in your story regularly. So what I post on my story normally is I come on, maybe sometimes I'd be groggy in the morning. I think I just chat. I just chat about what's going on in my life. Like I said, your grid is where your niche is and your stories is where your personality is. So the grid is literally where people are coming on and they want to see me talk about fashion and beauty. They're going to see me post about fashion and beauty, and it's going to all be on my grid. My stories, I may still be talking about fashion and beauty. However, I'm also talking about my everyday life because I'm a normal fucking person. So my stories, I'm talking about Jamie, and I'm talking about our apartment, or I'm talking about a new documentary that I watched, or I'm talking about a new product that I bought, or how I was in Aldi and there was a fight and blah, 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 blah. Like whatever it is for my day to day. I'm just having the same chat I'd have with my friends on my story. And lots of people do tell me that it's kind of like they're talking to their like brother or sister, I hope not. It's kind of like that they're talking to their sister or their friend on FaceTime and stuff. So I actually love that. So on your story, just have a bit of fun, like have a chat. Don't sit there and have 100 stories talking about something so silly. And what I mean by that is, don't be there and be like, yeah, so today I was going to go to the shop And then, you know, I was kind of thinking that I should just maybe like clean the house first. Honestly, nobody wants to hear that. Like, I know you're coming on for a chat, but even just be a little bit lively, even if you are kind of down the dumps, just don't have multiple stories and you still haven't gotten to the point, because people are going to be like, I have clicked 4 times and she still hasn't told me what she wants to say. So when I come on, I'm usually like, hey guys, how are you? Like, just popping on here now to tell you about this new thing I bought, blah, blah, blah. And sometimes I do want to rant, being like, oh yeah, what's that about? Like that. But I wouldn't be like, yeah, so after the shopping then I went and we restocked the fridge, and then we decided we needed to get new kitchen chairs. So I was just thinking that we probably should. Honestly, there is nothing I hate more, and ye probably hate listening to someone else like that. So just, honey, leave it at the door. Leave it at the door. Leave it at the door. You can voice note like that to your friends if you want. It's just, and if you are a bit uncomfortable coming on your stories and chatting, come on and just put up pictures with writing for the start. Do some polls. I find polls are really good. People get really interested in them. Last time I put up a poll with just me back when I had pink hair, and I did pink hair, blonde hair, and literally like 1,000 people had interacted with it, which is brilliant because you're just getting people like flowing, looking at your stories, actually reading it. So that's what I'd say. So come on, have a nice chat, talk about whatever the fuck you want. Just don't be like draining your words, and try to, when it's that 1 minute video, try to have some point made across already. Don't keep having to go back and fill in multiple videos before you even get to what actually has happened or what you're actually trying to say, because that will wreck people's heads. So how to know what businesses are legit? Again, if you haven't heard of the business, they're probably not legit. Like I don't even mean that, because obviously you're not going to hear every single business in the world, but like go onto their profile, see if anyone at all you know follows them. You know what I mean? Like, see if you've ever heard of them, look up the brand's name, look at their photos. If their photos literally look like stock images, they're not real. And if they're ever asking you for to like do it, like pay 50%, it's not a collab, just dump them. Normally you'd know if a brand is real, they're going to have people that have tagged them, they're going to have like thousands of likes, they're going to have comments, blah blah blah, they're going to have all of these things. They're not going to have, like, you know, these stock images. So that's just what I say. How to stand out with a small following. This again has all got to do with how you take your photos. Do not take gritty photos. Take clear photos, good lighting, proportion yourself well, stand in good angles. Do not stand with the hand on the hip. Put the leg out, put the arms out, put the hands on the head, look over your shoulder, accessorize. Whatever it is you got to do, that's how you stand out. Your pictures need to be not the same as the photo. Like, let's say you and your friend are on Instagram and your friend is just in, like, you know, she's just not really into her Instagram. She kind of posts photos for nights out, but she's not like a blogger, but you want to be a blogger. You won't post the same photos. I don't post the same photos as my friends. I post photos of me with my leg out and me standing, like looking over the balcony, looking over my hair. Whereas my friends would just be smiling like this, of course, because it's a cute little photo together. Don't post those photos. You need, if you want to stand out, you need to post the difference. You need to go and look at the same photos your bloggers are posting and post those pictures. Good lighting, good posing, good positioning, and a good feed. That's all you need to stand out. Literally, that's all it is. The lighting, a must. So what's better for growth, stories or posts? Both. There's not one that's better. I find stories are good because people get really interested into you. So I like to do my girl talk, boy talks, because people I do find that follow me, they share in the stories and stuff. But in saying that, people do still send on your posts to people. So you can't just only be doing one or the other. And lots of people are always like, how do I become a blogger? Like, how will I get noticed? You have to be talking in your stories. Everyone talks in their stories these days. I don't follow any blogger that doesn't post in their stories. And if I do follow a blogger that doesn't post in their stories, I probably don't watch them anymore, because I like going on to bloggers and being like, oh yeah, they're having a little chat, let's watch what they're saying. Oh yeah, let's go and check out their feed. If they're not really doing that, I'm just not interested anymore. People are just really invasive lately, and they like to know everything that's going on in people's lives. They actually like being like, oh yeah, what's Keely eating today? I know no one's saying what am I eating, but you know what I mean. They just like to know as much about you as they can. I try not to give as much information as myself to my followers anyway, because the worst thing that can happen is people like thinking they actually know you and being like, yeah, blah blah blah. Like I had posted on my story saying that one of the questions here is how do you deal with criticism. So this is actually a story. I had posted on my story saying that like, guys, you know, lockdown's gonna be hard, but let's just remember all the little things. Let's be excited for the little things that we're excited to do. And one girl had texted me like, yeah, I'm really excited to go to Penny's. And I was like, yeah, I'm so excited to go to Penny's too. Like I need to get a few t-shirts for work. And a girl in my DMs abused me, being like, how could you want t-shirts? You're so selfish, like blah, 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 and going on. And I was like, what? And she was like, you, when you were at the Dublin protest. And I was like, I wasn't at the Dublin protest. I was actually at work in my essential job. And this just went on, but I shouldn't have even replied to this person because, but then she was like, you're not an essential worker. And I was like, you actually have no idea what I do. She's like, yeah, I do. You post everything. I was like, I actually don't post about my job online because people like you out there are just crazy. People are not. So you can give as much of your personal life as you want. From my personal life, I speak about my boyfriend Jamie, because I live with him, and then I'd speak about my friends here and there, and then maybe I'd speak about my brothers and sisters and things like that. I don't go too in depth about much of my family. I just feel like there's lots of that stuff that's just my life, and I will share some of it, but I prefer if I just share things that are just related to me. Like I'm not going to be coming on and be like, oh yeah, so you know, like my mom now, she's got a new job. It's just, that's none of your business. That's none of your beeswax. So then the last one then is how to gain followers. So if you've listened to all my steps and if you take good photos, you use your hashtags, you have your niche and you're focusing on that, you're not waffling on your stories, you're creating good content that people can relate to. It's so important to be a little bit relatable to anybody, to somebody, or be so out there that people are like, what? Like, and they want to follow you. If you do all of these things, you will gain followers. There is no set way to, I can't wake up today and be like, I want to gain 50 followers today. I'm just going to gain them. Like I've been on 15.9 thousand followers for the past like 3 weeks. I literally need like 40 followers to get to 16k. You can't just go get them. You need to just continue doing the work because people will fall. You'll lose followers, you'll gain them, you'll lose them, you'll gain them, and it'll be a slippery slope. But if you do everything right and if you're actually dedicated and you really love your profile, the followers will come. So you have to be patient. Like I said, this is not an overnight thing. You do not blow up overnight. Some people do, don't get me wrong. Some people just have it in them and then that's it. They take off and they're brilliant. But honestly, have faith in yourself. I don't think it's going to all come easy to you. Try to get as much inspiration as you can from your favourite bloggers. Do not copy them. Don't copy exactly what they're doing. Just be inspired. If you like a look that some of your favourite bloggers posted, look up that look on Pinterest. Like if you saw that it was like an outside picture with a shoulder bag, look up on Pinterest outside posing with shoulder bag. You'll find a million others. Copy one of those. Get inspired, take a million photos and get yourself a clicker. And if you do all of these steps, you will get followers and you will get noticed by brands. But that is my main tips and tricks. Yeah, so what would you take away from this? Yeah, I think I've covered everything. Come up with your niche, take good photos, have good lighting, use your insights. They're going to be your best friends. So your insights is when you can figure out when your followers are online. Make sure you reply to all of your comments, and if people are sending you DMs, try to reply to them. If you're if you have less than like 50,000 or less than 30,000 following, I think you should be kind of trying your best to reply to as much as you can. It's just polite and they're kind of going out of their way to text you. So that is everything. I've let this go on for a little bit too long. It's 43 minutes long. But we're just gonna have to let it, guys. That is everything. Please like and subscribe to my channel. I hope I've covered everything. If I think of anything else, I will come back and do another one for you, but for now that is all. Thank you so much. Bye.